I'm Ryan Lynch with St. Francis University Sports Medicine.
I'm Rich Birdie, also with St. Francis University Sports Medicine.
Today we're going to show you some core exercises that can help with injury prevention.
For this one, you're going to be in a push-up position, and she's going to do a push-up, and when she gets up to the top, she's going to stabilize herself, and I'm going to apply pressure downwards and to the sides. We're going to do that for 10 seconds. Good. I'm going to apply pressure downwards. She's going to work on really contracting her core and try to not let me push her down. Good. And we're going to go to the side. Same kind of thing. Really activate your core. Don't let me move you. She kept a nice stable core throughout that exercise. She's probably feeling a little bit too. Next exercise we're going to be doing, these are called lateral band walks. And when we do these two ways. So we do them at 0 degrees, which means we have 0 degrees of any movement in our knees. So we're going to keep our knees like that, pretty much locked out. And we're going to go really try to explode through the band. And the band's around our ankles. You want to also make sure your core is stable and it's above your hips. This is really targeting the outsides of our hips. Then she'll do 45 degrees on the way back. So 45 degrees, we're just looking for a 45-degree angle at the knee. And this one as well, she's really looking to explode out of this one. You also want to keep your feet in line, going straight ahead.
Next we're going to work on an exercise to help increase ankle range of motion. A lot of times you'll see limited ankle range of motion will affect your ability to squat, and it also can lead to knee injuries such as patella tendonitis and other uncomfortable knee ailments. So what we'll do first is get a ruler and mark off 5 inches away from the wall here. And you're going to put your toe right on that line. So the foot that's up is going to remain up. And so what we're going to do then is lunge forward and see if you can get your knee to touch the wall, which she can do, which means she's within the normal limits of ankle range of motion. So a drill we recommend to increase your ankle range of motion is a split squat forward lunge. So you'll take a knee on your left leg and have the right leg bent up. Keeping the knee on the ground, you're going to lunge your body forward, focusing on keeping your heel on the ground and bringing that knee as far forward as possible. As you're doing that, you should feel tightness in the front of your ankle. And we usually recommend 3 sets of 10 to 12.
Okay, next exercise, we're going to be looking to strengthen the inner core. Our main focus is going to be on the transverse abdominis. So we call these transverse abdominis activation exercises. So Maddie's going to try to squeeze her core and try to get her belly button to the other side of the table. We do these for 30-second holds, 3 to 5 times. Good. Our next progression would be she arches her back, and she flattens her back out. And we do these roughly 3 to 15. So she'll do these 15 times, 3 sets. And then the next progression would be into a bridge. So she arches her back, flattens out, and then goes up into a bridge. We want to make sure we keep this nice straight line. Go ahead down. Also, when you're doing the bridge, make sure you activate your glutes and also keep your core stable. And we do these also 3 times 15. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to really try to stretch out our gastroc-soleus complex. So Maddie's going to go onto the incline board. She's going to go forward, and as you notice, her knee is bent, which is going to stretch the soleus muscle a little bit more and into that Achilles tendon. So when she's doing these, she's going to do about 3 sets of 15 seconds and then switch leg. Okay, so here, this is a nice little position where you can stretch your hamstrings, your glutes, and your hip flexors all at the same time, just based on different positions. So the first one we're going to do your hamstring. So she's going to extend the hamstring, and you really want to focus on bringing your hips back, and that's going to kind of stretch that hamstring a little bit higher, and then just kind of go down and try to touch your toes a little bit. So we're going to do that one, do that about 10 to 15 seconds. And then the next one we're going to do, this is for your glutes. So she's going to go into a figure 4 type of position. You really want to try to keep this at a 90-degree angle as best as you could, and that's going to really stretch your glutes out. And Maddie has pretty good range of motion, so she's almost at that 90-degree angle. And then the last one we'll do, you really just want to thrust your hips forward, and then pull your arms up to the opposite side, and I'll stretch the hip flexor quad area.
So next we'll show hamstring modification, and this will also help stretch your lower back as well. So you're gonna have feet shoulder width apart, and you're just gonna go ahead and bend down and touch your toes. Good, so when you get to the point where you're touching the floor, you're gonna grab your elbows and hold that position. So you can have a slight bend in your knee, and as you do that, you're gonna feel the stretch all the way down your hamstrings as well as in your lower back. So as you're doing that, it's important to breathe in and out and just let gravity take you down. So next we'll show a modification for the glute stretch because you're probably going to have difficulty doing that the first couple times through it. So what we're going to do is lift your left leg onto the table in a figure 4 position, and you're going to bend your right knee down, and as you do it you're going to feel a stretch all through your glute muscles. We recommend about a 15-second hold, 3 sets on each side. Next is a modification for the hip flexor. You're going to stand away from the table and you're going to lift your right leg up and go ahead and stabilize it on the table. And then you're going to get to a good distance where you should feel a slight stretch on it. And now you're going to bend your left knee and lunge down and away. And as you're doing that, you're going to feel it stretch out your hip flexor.